Hey crafters, Big D here, and this week we have a special episode. We're doing an unboxing and build. I reached out to Kevin at Promethium Forge. Now they make some really great MDF kits. I love the look of these kits, and I reached out to him and asked him if he could send me a kit or two that I can display for you guys, go through the build, and show you guys how great and ingenious these kits are. And he was gracious enough, and they arrived in the mail, and we are going to be showing them off to you today. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and before we actually get into what they sent me, by which they say he sent me, Kevin from Promethium Forge, before we get into that, I want to just take a quick pop and take a look at their website. Just to give you an idea, some of the really great things that they've got on this site. I was just looking around, looking for cheap and easy and simple, cool-looking terrain for my 40K board. And I found some stuff. I mean, they got these bulkhead terrain sets, which are pretty cool. I mean, they're easily as diverse and as different as the really expensive plastic kits you get from Games Workshop. But these can sets, these really got me. These are so awesome. I mean, look at this. These are just a couple of empties. And they built a kit to go around them, perfectly sized, perfectly scaled, and they look fabulous. And this is actually the one I think I'm going to end up buying for myself, because this set is so cool. These can quad towers, just so cool to me. And with these gangplanks, I mean, you could really build some really great boards. And the nice thing I've seen by looking through his videos, these are designed to be modular. So like that's two cans stacked on top of each other. That's two kits put together. Now this is the kit that he sent me. So we're going to be taking a look at this a little bit closer. But again, it's just, I mean, it's simplistic design, but really sharp. It's just going to look really good on the table. So I mean, this is just some great quality stuff. And so he was actually selling his site, so I went out to his actual website, or not to his site, but the site that sells his stuff. And I gotta say, this is everylittlewar.com. The prices on these kits are ridiculously value-driven. I mean, these are just great. A couple of really nice laser cut MDF kits. You get these two tanks, you get two soda cans, which are going to cost you nothing, and these two kits, that's $10. Those are great to sit on a board. You know, it's $10 for these kits. So these, this is all in USD, but these are just quality looking kits. And even when you go in like the really big one, like here, I just want to show you this deluxe bulkhead terrain set. I mean, look at all the stuff in this kit. It's $160. When you go to the plastic kits, the plastic formed injection molded kits, which are really quality, I'm not taking anything away from you, because I love them. I love those kits. But you can spend $160 and you're going to get 3 kits. Maybe 4 if you get a couple of small ones. And especially in the industrial sector, you're going to get 2 kits, 2 regular size kits, which are both a building, and maybe a 3rd kit, one of the smaller ones. That's it. This is $160. I'm all about making your own terrain, but I'm not saying, I don't poo-poo this kind of stuff, because this looks great. It's modular, it's got all the math worked out, so I'm looking at MDF a lot. I mean, I like my foam board buildings, But MDF, there's a lot to be said for it. So that leads me to where we're at. I reached out to a couple different companies I thought were smaller little companies that I hadn't heard of. Because there's a couple big ones out there. We know who they are. I reached out to a couple smaller ones that I thought had really great stuff. And I gotta say, I thought this can kits, I mean, these are absolutely genius. These are just the absolute best. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, let me try one of your kits. Let me see what I can do. Let me show it to my viewers. And they are so awesome. They sent me a kit and let me try it out. So we're going to take this kit. We're going to put it down on the table. We're going to turn the camera around and we're going to unbox it and put it together and see what we got. So we'll be right back. Okay, crafters. So here we are with our kit. Now, for your $8, you get one frame. This is a really, really nice thickness MDF. This is really nice stuff. The kit is really, really good. From what I'm seeing, I've been looking at it, I've been messing with it a bit. He was nice enough to send me 2 kits. I've actually got to mess with one of them a little bit first. So the things you're going to need to build this, you've got your kit here. You're going to need 3 cans. Now I've taken 3 soda cans, primed them, gave them a spray of silver and then a little bit of like a rust brown overspray on them. I put about 2 teaspoons of sand in the side of them and then capped the bottom with a little bit of duct tape and then sealed it with some glue around the end just to keep everything in there. That's, I think, more than enough that I need to, but I didn't want to take any chances. You're going to need some super glue. I have both gel and the thin liquid, and potentially a knife. Also, I've never completely built one of these kits before. There are sometimes I might need some sanding, some gentle sanding, where some of the cuts are needed. So just keep that in mind. There are sometimes you may want to sand stuff. I would paint my pieces, but for the purposes of this, we're not going to paint these. We're just getting an assembly and getting a review together. So the nice thing about this frame is it's really, really densely packed. So they could get a lot of stuff on a single sheet, which is really cool. I mean, that means you could order a bunch of kits and they're really small packs. So you could order a bunch of stuff and you're not going to pay a lot for shipping. So that's great. That's really great. If I were to complain at all about anything, and I do mean this is a minor complaint, there's no actual instructions for this specific kit. On the other hand, there's a very nice picture of it, as I showed before, on their site. And the kit is simple enough that you should be able to look at the kit and figure out where everything goes. But since there's not, I'm going to go through this completely step by step so you can see how everything comes together. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your frame and you're going to want to pop everything out and kind of kind of organize them, put them together by the different pieces. So there are some pieces you aren't going to need. And the stuff you don't need, just kind of set it aside, whatever, and you can scrap it up and use it as, broken terrain for later on or whatnot, or just throw it away, doesn't matter. But yeah, so pop everything out of your frame and organize it on your piles and areas so you can see what you have. We're going to do that. We're going to pop everything out, organize it on the thing, and then we're going to show you how everything comes together. Okay, we popped everything out. Everything has its own little spot here. And so we're going to kind of start assembling. By the way I see pieces come together, will be the easiest way to do this. So let's start off with this piece. This is where the 3 rings are, but there's not this side piece. So this here they cut out. This is the bottom piece. So you're going to take these feet. And there's got 8 feet, and as you can see, they just slot right in. So I'm just going to take a spot of gel super glue, and we're just going to Give each one a spot and put our 8 feet. All right, you got your 8 feet on, and that should pretty much hold that together. Now, this part is obviously the top, so we're going to take this aside and set aside the ground. We're going to take this, and we're going to have to put the railings on. Now you can see 2 hooks on the outside, and 1 hook slots in on the inside. Again, we got 10 of these. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put some glue and put them around. Okay, got our railings in. We're going to let this dry. So let's set this aside. It doesn't take long. We're going to take this and we're going to work on the ladder. Now if you look at the ladder, where the small hole is the top. So, we've got 4 rungs that come up. So again, now the nice thing is, while these are drying, you can still get the railings on. When you look at these, you'll see a little tiny notch on the sides of these railings. It's hard to notice in this angle. There's a little tiny notch. That tiny notch is for these. So these are little guards to give it some stability. Cool. I'm going to give this some time to dry. This has probably had enough time at this point, so we can start setting our railing on there. Now, it appears to be flexible enough. We'll just drop it right in. And so when it's raised up a little bit, drop a little bit of glue. And our upper deck is done. Just gotta wait for the glue to dry and it'll be ready. Now I imagine you could actually use wood glue with this and it probably would drink it up pretty quickly. I just prefer using super glue because I know it'll work speed wise and I want it to dry right away. Set this aside. Alright. So now we're gonna put together our final real assembly, I guess. This comes together a lot faster than I expected. So you've got a piece here. And you notice how that matches up. And that's going to be how the ladder piece matches up. Now, pretty much at this point, you can decide whether or not you want to glue these final pieces together. And I say this because if you don't, you can just set this together and put everything on your tanks, and you should be pretty solid and good to go. And that will allow for super easy storage. I kind of like that. Again, it works out well. So the only part you're going to need to do then, last part to glue, is to glue the 2 ladder slots. And this will basically lock the top part and the bottom part together. And you're done. Basically, all you got to do is slot these into the ladder below. You put your tray on the top. And away you go. And you have a really nice piece of terrain. That's real time. Now I want to point out, I'm going to cut and speed up a lot of pieces here, but I'm looking at the timer right now. This was 18 minutes. From start to assembling pieces. Once you got them out, this is 18 minutes. And at this point again, you can take this piece off and disassemble it so you can make it for easy storage. There's nothing saying you have to glue this ladder on up here into this bottom prong here. You do that, don't have to glue the top piece on. This is still really stable. This is really sturdy. I mean, there you go. So here we are, our completed piece of terrain. This is amazing. This is $8 American, 20 minutes, and 3 cans of soda or beer, your choice. And you've got a nice, beautiful piece of blocking terrain, and you can get people to come up here and snipe from the top. This is great. Yeah, Necromunda, 40K, or any other, war game you want to play, or like in the case, I'm going to also be using this for my my zombie apocalypse game, and just use this as like a set of grain elevators or a chemical plant. This is great. I want to give a big thank you out to Promethium Forge. Thank you so much for this kit. Thank you for letting me review it and build it on the air. This is amazing. All my viewers, I recommend it. This is an absolute recommend. If you're looking for some quick, easy, great looking terrain, inexpensive terrain that you don't have to craft from ground zero, here you go. This is what you get. And check out the other stuff they offer. Their bunker sets, their other can sets, their multi-tower sets. Really, really good stuff. Lots of great stuff. And again, we're using soda cans, so we're back to the whole recycling and using junk to make our terrain and make it look good. This is good. This is great stuff. So, I would go so far as to call it epic. And putting this together will epic your table. So thank you so much. Thank you, Promethium Forge. Game on.